Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to a very special edition of The Edward. I am your host, Eddie, and in this afternoon's video, I will be presenting you with a very special segment I call Nerdtastic News. Sorry, that was my attempt to sound like some flashy broadcaster or journalist, but because there's so much to discuss in today's video, I didn't want to do a bunch of millions of individual little videos because the stories themselves are not that big, so I'm going to do one big collective video talking about all the most recent news in the world of film and television from this past week and most recently in the past 24 hours. So, the first little segment I'm going to get to, is, yes, we have our first full official image of The Thing from Fantastic Four, the reboot of the franchise from 20th Century Fox, due out later this summer, August of 2015. You know, I gotta say, it looks pretty badass. You know, it looks a hell of a lot better than the very first Ben Grimm / The Thing. Whew. I mean, at the time when I saw it for the first time, I was like, ooh, that looks cool. I like that. But looking back, I'm like, no. Oh, God, no. But this newer version, the version of The Thing that we're going to see, I like it. You know, it's very reminiscent of the Hulk, because if you've seen the image online, it's like him, and it looks like he's pounding on something or someone, because he's got his fist up and his other hand is like down here, like he's holding somebody by the throat as he just wails on him, like punch after punch. That's what the image, to me at least, that's what it looks like. It looks like he's wailing on someone, so hopefully that's, you know, Doctor Doom, or that's some other enemy or assailant or whatever. It's going to be interesting to see. But he looks great. He looks fantastic. Now, I know a huge problem a lot of people had with this movie when it was first announced. Not only are we all skeptical about Fantastic Four, because let's face it, the first two did not work at all. I don't know what the story was there, but boy, were those stinkers. Whew, they just were not good. They sucked. And there are a million reasons why, but I'm not going to get into that now. But, you know, I'm a bit skeptical like everybody else, but this is a reboot, so let's be fair. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a chance. But, yeah, it's just, he looks great. But what I was saying before, people were having problems with the casting. Specifically, you know, people were outraged about, you know, the young black guy playing Johnny Storm. He's like, oh, a black guy playing a white part? Can that happen? This is a comic book character, man. Has that ever happened before? Oh, wait a minute. Yes, it has. Numerous occasions. Kingpin, Nick Fury, etc., etc., etc. Good Lord. Who gives a rat's ass what the color of his skin is? It's the same character who just has a different nationality. Who cares what the skin color looks like? It's Johnny Storm. That's the important part. Sorry about that. I'm just a little riled up from the older news and older story of the controversy of when people were reacting to a black stormtrooper in the first Star Wars Episode 7 teaser. It's like, seriously? That's what you're worried about? That's what you're focused on? A black stormtrooper? Ooh, it's the end of the world! Oh my god, the new rebooted franchise is doomed! Relax. People are way too focused on skin color in this country. 21st century. People are focused on it. Anyway, and then another casting controversy. I say controversy because I don't think it's that important or that big of a deal. It's kind of like, you know, the actor Jamie Bell is playing Ben Grimm, a.k.a. The Thing. And I'm sure that's first image is mostly CGI, and maybe a big chunk of it is some kind of body armor or some kind of body costume that he's wearing, that the actor is actually wearing, because obviously Ben Grimm is going to look like Jamie Bell before he turns into the Thing, or whenever he transforms into the Thing. He's going to look human. But once he turns into the Thing, because he can never change his shape back, you know, he's stuck looking like the Thing forever. You know, he's going to look like this giant, huge, hulking rock monster forever. So whatever they did during filming, I'm sure he was wearing some kind of, you know, costume or bodysuit or some kind of prop suit, and then the rest of it was just CG'd on. I mean, who cares? He looks great. The Thing looks great. They'll make it work. You know, and people were bitching and whining about, Jamie Bell, seriously? The skinny little British white guy? He's super tiny. He can never be the Thing. That'll never work. And those same people are like, ooh, the Thing. Wow. From the Fantastic Four, the new one? Wow, he looks good. Maybe I should shut up and give a movie a shot before I immediately condemn it. Where does this sound familiar? Batman v Superman. Oh, that's right. That's what it reminded me of. Another thing kind of related to this story, you know, people are bitching about Gal Gadot being cast as Wonder Woman because she's too skinny. There's not enough meat on her. There's not enough muscle. Have you ever heard of working out, Nimrods? Because, you know, that is a thing people do. It's called exercising, bulking up, building up muscle. Maybe you should try it sometime. For those of you who complain about Wonder Woman's look and size, sorry, I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm just stating my opinion here, but the same thing can be said about Wonder Woman. If Gal Gadot does not physically and realistically pack on a whole bunch of muscles for her role as Wonder Woman, which is most likely going to be some kind of super awesome cameo in Batman v Superman, but later down the road in the DC universe, I'm sure they could just CG up her muscles and her boobs a little bit, but the most of it will be naturally her. My point is that even if an actor is cast as a superhero or a supervillain and they don't physically look exactly like the character they're going to be playing, it can be CG'd. It can have special effects and makeup done to them. They can have that stuff done to them because the movies studios are allowed to do that to their actors. If they're playing a certain character or a certain part, they're allowed to do that. So don't worry, you guys. Don't worry about how Wonder Woman is going to look. Don't worry about the Thing or any other supervillain or superhero casting from now on. If the actor or actress doesn't look like the character they're going to be playing, just give it a shot and let the studio surprise us, and hopefully we're pleasantly surprised. So overall, my reaction to the first official image of the Thing, okay, now I'm a bit more excited for Fantastic Four. I was planning to see it anyway, but with the image of the Thing, yeah, okay, I'll give it a shot. All right, so moving on, another topic we have to discuss is the latest tease as to the Joker from Suicide Squad. Jared Leto released a photo the other day, and he's clearly in front of a mirror, and he's got the same kind of camera that the Joker is holding on the cover of the awesome graphic novel, the Batman graphic novel, The Killing Joke, one of the best Joker Batman stories ever written, in my opinion. And he's holding the camera like this, with the psychotic grin on his face, just like the Joker in the picture right next to him, because there's the cover art from the graphic novel right here, and Jared Leto's picture with his hair trimmed down, gelled back, and blonde, but to be dyed green, taking a photo like this. So, ooh, it's exciting, because if that's the version of the Joker that they're going for, and if you've read that graphic novel, he is so nasty and evil and psychotic in that story alone, that if that's the version they're going for in Suicide Squad and the version they're going to be using from now on in the DC cinematic universe, then I say to Warner Brothers and DC, bring it on. I am so